Yo, what's up guys? Your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to Wuthering Wave. So apologies, it took me a while to make this video, but we're going to be taking a look at Phoebe. So obviously at this point there's like a lot of guide videos now on Phoebe, but I'm going to be taking a look at her myself, playing her myself and seeing my thoughts on her. But we're going to start off by taking a look at the weapon because this will take only a little bit of time. So it's called Absolute Pulsation. So crit rate 36% at level 90 with 500 base attack. And then at R1 we get 12% attack just as is. Basically identical to String Master so far. Dealing damage to targets with Spectral Frazzle grants the wielder 14% basic attack damage bonus and 14% heavy attack damage bonus, stacking up to 3 times. So we need Spectral Frazzle on the enemy. So technically, see, Cossack Outer Skill amplifies Spectral Frazzle damage on targets around the active resonator by 30% for 30 seconds. Effects of the same name cannot be stacked. So technically speaking, this weapon can be used on other characters that are not Phoebe, right? It can technically be used on Yinlin as well. Obviously, she scales better with skill damage, but the damage bonuses here aren't actually limited to the character. The only requirement is that the enemy needs to have Spectral Frazzle. So you can think about it that way. I think it's decent overall. Now, technically, I'm not really sure if it's worth, because I have heard that Spectral Frazzle doesn't really deal that much damage, right? So you can think of it what you will, but just keep in mind, this is the best looking weapon that we've got so far in the entire game, mainly because it's a rectifier, so they can do a lot of more, I guess, a lot more creative things with the weapon type. Now moving on to the character. So we'll quickly take a look at her kit.
Today will be a fine
So she's a rectifier user, female from Renacita. Affiliation is Order of the Deep, with voice actor being Rebecca LaChance. Now, normal attack stuff, I think this is just usual. Resonance skill. Unable to teleport. So, using it again after summoning. So after the initial E, you can't teleport in. 30 seconds, it stays for 30 seconds. Okay. So you can actually pull targets if you're outside. And then you can go in. I mean, surely you can take advantage of this in Whimpering Wastes, right? But apparently she's kind of rated not as high as others, but there's probably something you can do here. And this is the Forte circuit with Absolution and Confession. It's kind of odd though, from the calculations that people have already done, that Absolution state is always better. So there's going to be a point where Confession might be always better, but I don't think that time has come yet. Heavy attack, yep, that's where the big damage is. And she applies Spectral Frazzle on Confession. So, I think there will be a point where you want to put her in this state to apply Spectral Frazzle. Okay. Her ult, again, Confession state applies Spectral Frazzle. I think max is 10, so that's 8. And then going to Absolution gives you 1, so that's 9. So you only need one more stack to max it out. And then Absolution increases the damage multiplier by 255%. So that goes from, at level 1, 202 to 457. Alright, intro skill deals damage, and an outro. So if you're in Absolution, it just deals 783% damage. Confession, again, becomes like a support skill. So yeah, this is just telling me that she will be a support later on, from the looks of it. I mean, right now, apparently there doesn't seem to be much use to her Absolution state. I mean, to her Confession state. So there is that to consider. Now let's take a look at her dupes. First dupe with an absolution deals even more damage, so 480% increase. And then when in confession state, increase the damage of the ult by 90% and then apply spectral frazzle to the max stacks it can receive. Oh, so rather than giving 8, it gives 10. Oh. So technically, if I'm imagining this correctly, for confession state, you just hold E to go to confession once you switch into her, I guess, by an intro, and then you ult, and then max spectral stacks, and then you can switch out. So it's kind of like Spectral MC, except a million times better, right? Okay, second dupe. Damage dealt to by outro skills with Spectral Frazzle amplified. And then when in confession, you get more amplification for Spectral Frazzle. Now, this might clash depending on how the future character uses how the future character uses Spectral Frazzle. Maybe a future character might extend the Spectral Frazzle duration instead. Maybe the more stacks, the more damage overall. And so duped Phoebes would be able to take advantage of that, I guess, but you know, just speculation. When in absolution, more damage on heavies. When in confession, ooh, you deal more damage with confession state when using heavy attack Star Flash. Now, I don't know if that's worth it though. Maybe you do confession, switch to absolution, and then you end it off. I'm not too sure. Ooh, 10% spectral res reduction. Intro skill increases spectral damage bonus by 12%. Entering the ring of mirrors are stagnated for an additional 2 seconds. Okay, 12 targets max. This heavy attack does not consume divine voice and is not considered as casting a heavy attack. Huh? Well, so it's just free damage. I don't know how much damage it's gonna deal, but it doesn't seem like it's a big upgrade. Alright, so overall I think S1 is probably her best dupe. It gives her the opportunity to become a support, a spectral debuffer, as an easy rotation. Alright, now let's take a look at the test play events. So I need to do today's Apex Ragoon actually, but we'll do that later. Proceed to trial. Now hopefully I'll be able to play properly, but from the looks of it, I can either, there you go, at least it's easy to choose which one to do, because I either, it says here, hold normal attack or hold resonance skill, and then after I do basic attack 3, I can hold left click to do the heavy attack. That's very straightforward. That is very straightforward. So first I do this, get them inside, and then I can teleport in. Oh, there's my absolution state. Wait, can I? Oh, okay. I think I understand. I have to get rid of these first. So maybe now. No. Okay, so I was already in absolution. I need to find out how I can go back to oh, here. Oh. Nope. Oh, I can only do 2. I thought it was simple at first, but I have to remember to do my heavy attack at some point. Okay, I'll do one more. I'll do one more test play. Now, if I remember my test play with Jinsei, technically at first glance, Jinsei seems a bit easier to play.
May the sentinel guide.
Oh, okay. So I think from here, that yellow bar at the bottom. So if it flashes yellow and blue, this is where I choose to go confession or Absolution. Okay. There you go. Hold E. Then summon. Oh, there you go. Got used to the rotation. However, I can only do it twice. And then after here, I have to ult. And then that's where I have to switch out. Oh, what the? That's an outro skill. That's actually pretty, that's pretty cool. Okay. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Now, I mean, as you could already tell, it's been already a while since she came out, and I haven't made the summoning video, so it's kind of expected that I'm not going to be pulling. However, I really like the hair color.
Today will be a fine day.
I really like they did the hair color. It's like gold, and then there's yellow, and then like kind of like there's like a lot of different shading. I mean, that's definitely nice. Kind of reminds me of wheat. When it's harvesting season, you know what I mean? The golden wheat fields kind of color. Gives me that vibe anyway. But yeah, my overall thoughts on Phoebe. She is definitely nice. Unfortunately, how I saw the Brant gameplay, and his gameplay was definitely more flashy. But the thing is that I feel like I'm going to regret it later on though. Like if I just think about in terms of what she can do, like if I ignore whether I like her enough to pull or not, in terms of her kit alone, she definitely has a lot of potential in the future. Because she is the first instance of a character that has the special elemental based debuffs, and then Spectral Frazzle being the first introduction to all these elements, and then there are more coming along the way. So it's like these starting characters may end up being the core foundation for these kinds of archetypes for these elements. And so me skipping Phoebe might end up being a massive regret later on, but it's like I don't want to feel forced to pull just because of that fact. It would have been nice if I did want to pull her in the first place as well. So it's just an unfortunate thing for me. I don't know, maybe Changli just ruined my perspective on characters or something. I don't know. Because look, I rerolled for Jian, I pulled Yinlin, and then I like Changli and I like Showkeeper, right?
Understood.
But yeah, all I'm gonna say, she is definitely good. I feel like her, if you invest in Phoebe for the sake of like potential in the future, you're not going to regret it. I'm pretty sure she'll be utilized in the true sense, especially with that very useful outro skill in Confession State, and the fact that she's able to give so many stacks in Absolution. I mean, so many stacks in Confession State. That I feel like as long as you have Phoebe, anyone Spectral related down the line in the future may probably want Phoebe in the team, because there's going to be a high chance that they're going to be utilizing these Spectral Frazzle stacks. But I don't want to have to pull someone that I don't really need to pull just for the sake of that. So in my case, I'm not going to be pulling. But if you do like Phoebe, well, she just happens to also be potentially have that, you know, future-proof kit in regards to Spectral Frazzle stacks. So yeah, if you got any more questions in regards to Phoebe, do let me know down in the comments below. If you're asking about her weapon, you can still get it, but it's more so like a DPS kind of weapon. I don't think it'll suit her playstyle that much if you want to use her as a support for as a Spectral Frazzle applicator. In that case, you're probably better off just using variants, to be honest. And also, the one main reason you would pull for this weapon is for the design. So there it is. In any case, hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. I'm going to keep saving up. I don't know if I'm actually going to pull for Brant, because there was that Cantarella announcement by Kuro. So I'll have to think about it. In any case, it's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.